Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I have with me in person Johnny Galvan III. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going excellent, and I'm going to try to get through an introduction. First, I got to say, Johnny is one of my favorite people. You've got a nice long history with the two film festivals. Actually, I'm going to ask you to talk a little louder.
Thank you.
Excellent. And so I will go back in time. Well, no. I'll start. The most recent thing was, because it's kind of exciting, you brought a film to Filmvasion Los Angeles, June of 2025, an animated film called Franks in Hell.
Yep.
Took home the Programmer's Prize for Exceptional Filmmaking. And I got to say, I'm looking forward to when we get to the part of your personal history with that film, because as you know, I really enjoy it and for a lot of reasons.
Thank you.
But
appreciate it.
The cool thing was, I admit, when I first viewed it as a member of the selection jury, I saw your name. I'm like, oh man, that's Johnny, who, because you had us two screenplays with our festivals.
Right. Yep.
You had My Brother the Lion was at Filmvasion Los Angeles in 2024.
Yep.
And you had the screenplay for Misty was at Sherman Oaks Film Festival, also in December of 2024. So, like, actually, your presence at Filmvasion LA 2025 was like the third festival in a row. So, I mean, you're just like a regular, like.
I don't know if I tried to be, but I definitely love the film festival. But I write a lot, and so I love sending it to you guys. You guys it's in good hands when it hits your guys. So just everybody should know that.
Thanks. And right off the bat, you got a website, right?
I do.
Yeah, like, so people who want to check out your work and stuff, where should they go?
The writing-company.com. The writing-company.com.
Right. So we'll make that a clickable link in the show notes.
Appreciate it.
For sure. And I'm typing with one hand now, which is really smart while I'm trying to talk. But right, so people should check that out, because I'm sure you've got a lot of stuff on there.
I do.
Yeah.
It has all the links to everything, and all my screenplays for sale, everything I've sold, my new upcoming audio dramas, and animations that I have coming out too.
Animations. And is Franks in Hell on there yet, or you're still on the festival circuit with it?
Yeah, no, I don't stay long on the festival circuit. I get in and get out, you know. So,
honestly, that's wise. I mean, the more people I talk to, look, some people, they just have to pace themselves, because like the festival circuit will burn you out.
It will, especially when you hit some bad ones. And I've been through a lot with my screenplays over the years, and so I've learned the good ones from the bad ones, and so yeah, you know, Franks in Hell now is on YouTube. It's on somewhere else too. It's actually doing really good. I think it's Tubi. It's doing pretty well on there too.
Nice.
So, yeah, it found a home, and it's doing well, and, you know, getting a little pocket change here and there, and, you know, you can't beat that. So
no, that's very cool. No. And, so that's excellent. So people can watch Franks in Hell.
yeah.
And honestly, the funny thing is, I was going to go, like, should we care about spoilers? But I'm not sure you can spoil that one.
Yeah, you can't. You know, it's
right.
It's the character. It's all about the character, and you know, it's not exactly the story. I mean, it's basically Groundhog's Day in hell.
But it's also the quips and the lines, and like,
I appreciate that.
And all that is funny, no matter how many times. So
appreciate that.
So even if I say, hey, this film, the lead character of Franks in Hell, hey, what do you know? His name is Frank, and Frank says some off the wall, non sequitur, hilarious shit all the time, and we can curse on the podcast, and you know, that ain't going to spoil it when he says, you know, at the moment, I don't remember like some of my favorite lines, but like, it's the humor ain't going to be spoiled by our discussion of it, is all I'm trying to imply.
Super cool. I appreciate that. And, yeah, it was fun writing it. I like writing, you know, characters that, individual characters, you know, and not exactly the person you see at Starbucks, or maybe it is the person you see at Starbucks, but it's that off the wall guy sitting in the corner.
Yeah,
just
sometimes it's the person you avoid at Starbucks.
Yeah, you know, and that's the kind of characters I like writing, you know, and something interesting, and you know, so I think it has that, as we discussed in the panel, that love it or hate it feel. And so I get that some people love it and some people hate it. So, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. So
For sure. In fact, yeah, I'm with you 100%. Yeah, and that was, I got to do your Q&A at Film Invasion LA in 2025. Yeah. By the way, that's the last festival I get to do Q&As at.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah, I'm retiring from that because now that we've expanded to 3 screens, there's just too much going on at once. And like all the staff that was working the lobby of the theater was like, we need you out here. You can't disappear in the theater anymore. And I realized they're right. And also like me being in like, I'll meet more of the filmmakers and stuff.
So Q&A it all together, or just you doing the Q&A?
Just no. We found lots of other great people to do them.
Got it.
And honestly, it's the great reviews I've gotten from people doing the podcast. I always say to people, all right, so what do you think of your Q&A? Like before we start recording, and everyone's like, oh my God, that person was so great. Cause like I put a lot of effort into like explaining.
You could tell.
Like our way. You could tell. So all of our, I don't need to do it anymore. I got young, smart people to do it. So now I can.
That's good.
Right?
I get it. I know. I remember that day you were being dragged left, right, all over the place.
Oh, were you there that day?
Yeah. Looked,
when there was a film,
my wife almost volunteered a couple times.
Audio.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. So that's a distraction from our actual topic. I'm going to get us on topic now.
Sounds good.
Minute number 6.5. 6 minutes 40 seconds into this. No. So I mean, you're such a productive, creative person, and always obviously writing, but now you're also producing stuff, and I happen to know you're doing audio dramas too and things. You mentioned that to me before we started recording. So you've got a serious creative drive. So has that been with you your whole life? Yeah.
Sheesh. I think my first memory of writing is, I think it was in 5th grade. We had to write a poem, and I remember going to my sister and ask her, how the heck do I do this? And so she, happily or unhappily, gave me some basics, and I remember writing it and wrote, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night and I just rewrote it, and I don't know, and couldn't tell you what it's about. I just remember the day, and I remember taking it in. I remember we had to read it in front of the class, and I was nervous as shit because I wasn't that cool kid in class, but I wasn't, it's tough to put yourself out there and fucking and have to, now you're reading it. So I said, I didn't give a shit. So I read it, and I remember the teacher crying, and a few students laughed at me, and I remember having to get into not one of my first fist fights, but a fist fight literally an hour later about it. And but the whole thing that came through that was the power of the pen, and after that
and that was like elementary school. You said like 3rd, 4th grade, maybe?
No, I think it was
5th
grade.
Fifth grade.
I think it was like 5th grade.
And were you growing up here, or were you?
No, so part LA and part San Bernardino County.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so my family tried to move us out of East LA, and they moved us, to try to be a better place, ended up not being a better place. But long story short, and then I used to write a lot of poetry, and
So you really caught the bug at like
I really did. And then when I was about 14, I started writing rap songs. I didn't consider myself a rapper, but I remember hearing these other Hispanic rappers, and I was like, I could do that. So I went in and I started writing rap songs, and I would just rap here and there, and I remember I did a little mixtape, and everybody loved it, and so I tried to put everything I could into that, and when I was about 19, I was really trying to get my life together, and I heard from somebody who liked my tape that they were hiring for a songwriter. So my brother and a couple of friends put their gas money together, and we went to try to go to Vegas. We made it to state line, and we put the $150 we had on black. We won, and so we got to go further into Vegas, and I rapped in front of the guy, and I got the job.
You got the job giving him your lyrics,
writing rap songs,
writing
lyrics, and I did that for a little bit, and
which honestly is like the oldest tradition possible. I remember reading a book about like the birth of hip hop, like the very first hit was Rapper's Delight, right? And Rapper's Delight, a lot of those lyrics were purchased.
God, I don't even know that, but I bet
there's even like a different MC. Like there's one point where a guy refers to himself by a different name.
Oh, interesting.
And it's because he just like read the other dude's rap. Like,
awesome.
So actually selling lyrics is songwriting.
They used to call me the finisher, and when they couldn't come up with something, I would go in there and just finish it and get little money here and there, but it paid the bills at the time, and
that must have felt good. I mean,
I did. You know what?
You're still under 20-ish.
Yeah, I was 19.
Man, to be 19 and get paid.
That
made you a professional songwriter of sorts, right?
No one's ever fucking called me that, but I guess you could, yeah. I literally got paid to write rap songs.
Paying you for lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I never thought about it that way before.
Must have felt good.
Yeah, a lot was going on at the time. A lot, and but unfortunate circumstances, I had to stop, and basically I got locked up. Mm-hmm. And
right.
Did a year.
So society stuff.
I get out, and that's when I started getting into screenwriting. I oddly enough was, and I don't know if I ever told anybody this, but I won't say the guy's name, but he was on a big hit TV show in the late 70s, 80s, and he was in there with me.
Oh, got it.
And told him what I did, and literally he, I would say, we talked a lot. And
because you were a smart young guy, and he was probably looking for people he could talk to.
Super nice guy, and you're in there for some kind of drugs or DUI or something. I don't know. And like I said, I won't call him out, but I'll tell you after.
Sure.
But I don't know his name, but top of my head, but I can tell you where he's from. But anyway, that's how I think I got it in my head that I wanted to do some kind of writing.
Right. So so your creativity, meeting an actor like that, you thought about, well, he's reading scripts. Like I could write for that instead. Like really, there was like a light bulb moment.
He was a writer too, and he literally just explained the basics of writing, and and it just, everything made sense. Like the world just came together, and the planets aligned, I guess that's what I want to say. And so I from writing lyrics to poetry, and it just kind of mashed into one, and I realized that I've been writing movies this whole fucking time, and I had them in my head and just never wrote them down.
Right. They were all visual in your mind with dialogue and everything. Stories.
I think ever since then, I keep some kind of little book, or now my cell phone, and I write all the time. I write my ideas that just pop in my head, or I'll drive and some idea will pop in my head, and but it's been like that ever since. I think I just realized I should be writing when he told me write everything down, and I literally do ever since. Ever since I write everything down, and so that's how I got the bug, I guess you can say.
Yeah, and I mean that's a really powerful thing. Like in a way, you had a mentor.
Yeah.
Like, or even like, like a teacher.
I guess so. I mean, he was the first one that implanted that in my head. That it was even possible.
Yeah.
I just,
And he changed a young man's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I got a lot more help later too. I started taking classes for screenwriting anywhere I could. And even though it was repetitive, to learn a craft, I think you have to learn and learn and learn and learn and from everybody that you can. And I did, and I wrote a screenplay, my first screenplay, probably, I don't know, months later, it wasn't great or anything, but I submitted it to a film festival around that time, around 2002, I guess. And the guy called me, and he said, "I just want to let you know, you're not getting in, but I love this fucking story. It's in my head. I can't fucking get it out of it. And your dialogue is good. Your structure is terrible." He goes, "I want to help you. Come and have a coffee with me." Or was it a beer? It was a fucking beer. And so I went and had a fucking beer with him, and great guy. Great guy. Yeah, rest in peace. And he literally got me into do the UCLA certificate program.
Right. The UCLA, yeah.
And he fucking pulled some strings and fucking got me in. And I didn't stay there for long because I became a PA and then a script reader, and I was doing that fucking forever, and doing synopsises all fucking day.
Which is torture, but good experience, huh?
It really, reading screenplays all day, you learn structure like fucking no other. You learn details, you learn what's good, what's bad, what not to write, what's in, what's not. And
you learn just how painful it is. If that first plot point doesn't hit within the first 5 to 10, you're like, I got to set this thing down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got from there. I went to got with like a writing team and
like a writer's group.
Yeah, writers group. People would call us. We get stuff together, and we would just we were just always just trying to sell our stuff and everything. And
so that's good. So supportive thing too, like people supporting each other.
It was good. It was good at the time. It was good at the time. Yeah. Which led to some down periods I could get into, which led me, on that road, of leaving the industry. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to spin that because I have emotional needs for you to be happy. But obviously, I want you to be happy. But I would actually say that someone who never considers leaving, well, that person might be mentally ill. My apologies to everyone who never had a doubt. But I think it's really healthy to look at the way this industry works and say to yourself, is it important enough? And then decide, yeah, it is. But if you never doubt it, if you never think about leaving, I don't know.
Fucking A. I had thin skin at the time. I had thin skin. I mean, if you were going to screw me over, you were going to see me at your door. That's fucking how thin. If you were going to take an idea of mine, you were going to see me at your door. That's how thin my skin was at that time. And it's screenwriting back then, especially. I think it's just it's for the brave. I'll tell you. And it's talk about dog eat dog world. It's a tough world. Definitely a tough world. Yeah, I had had some ups. I sold some screenplays, but I think this is when I started getting ready to leave. Is because I was selling my screenplays, but when people that didn't want me to be a screenwriter, I'm not going to mention names, some people in my family, some people, you know, that were close to me, did not believe in what I was doing, which is the most important thing in the world. They want to see what you sold on the fucking screen the next day.
Yeah,
and
that's a big misinterpret.
Exactly, and they want to see what you sold being made, and they want to hear the stories about you going on set and then making the fucking film like the next day. And other than the money, it was in the contracts. It was it was tough because they were pretty much buying to kill, or just for people that don't know, it's basically they're buying it because they have another story that's similar and they like that one better, or they want to buy your part of yours and they want to mix and match it or whatever they want to do with it. So unless it's in writing and you put everything in writing, what's going to happen to your screenplay, then you have no control. Especially back then, I was young and stupid. I didn't go to an attorney. I wanted to save that extra $3,000 to not have them look it over.
The truth is, even with
but
that's the rule. That's the rule. All scripts, the writers have zero control. They can fire you off of your own thing anytime they want. Yeah. And look, I mean, it's not a fun topic, but Hollywood used to buy a lot of scripts.
Yeah.
And then they realized, oh, maybe we don't have to. Like, they buy a lot less than they used to. And it used to be, like, I knew lots of people who made a living and nothing ever went on screen.
Yeah. I think I didn't have a great mentor where, one, the gentleman died, and everybody else was just out for themselves that I knew in my time, and the people that I had around me. I didn't have great people around me, unfortunately, and that were giving me the information like that. It's with somebody with thin skin, and somebody will hate you on Monday and love you on Tuesday. That was fucking tough for me. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. And I did everything in my power to understand. And a couple ideas here and there. And to the folks that are newbies, before you start talking about a screenplay, make sure you write it first. Because ideas are stolen. My friends, ideas are stolen every day, and unless you write them down first before you talk about them, they're going to be taken, or they're going to use some part of that. And that happened to me, and I think it broke my heart.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I was young, going through a lot of stuff, and I had to make a decision. I had kids at that time, and I had to make a decision whether to go to New York and take a job in more screen reading and stuff like that, and location scout, and or tap out for a little bit. And I eventually tapped out for a little bit.
Right, so you took a break. But hey, you mentioned kids. I mean, that's a big deal. That's,
shit, it is.
That is taking a break to do something for a little while to make sure your kids are taken care of. I think that's called stepping up, not. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wasn't trying to leave. When you leave, sometimes you the managers go with it, the directors and producers that you've worked with. They don't know you anymore at some point. So, watch out when you step out and how long you step out for, because when you step back in, it's starting over, my friends. I guess
so, yeah.
I had to start over. I mean, I'm glad, though. I'm a better writer now.
Well, around how long did you stay away? Like,
God,
5 to 10?
I at the time I sold 3, and then through the years I just sold another 2 just to make rent. That they'd been wanting, and they got me at the right moment in my life. So I was always writing stories. I
even on your hiatus, you were still creating
for years.
Yeah, you can't shut that off.
Yeah, and so my kids are So how long? 15 years.
Yeah. That's around years. How long it takes for kids to be on their own.
Yeah, 15 freaking years, and my sister-in-law took me to this some kind of like a film, some kind of film thing, and she introduced me to a gentleman named Pepe Serna, and he was in God, he's been in everything known to man. The one with the one that just got produced by Eva Longoria. Anyway, he's such a phenomenal guy, and just from a chance meeting, that my sister-in-law introduced me as a screenwriter, and I give her the props. I still give her the props to this day. Thank you, Veronica Diaz. To this day, for saying, "Hey, this is a screenwriter. This is Johnny Galvan III. He's a screenwriter. He's wrote a bunch of." And I was like, "Oh, I haven't written in a while." And he took me aside, and he put a fucking fire under my ass. And he even told me, he's like, "Get something done. I'll be in it. I'll do it." And I was like, "Fucking A." I went back that weekend, and I rewrote something I wrote called 3 Times I Cried. And I rewrote it over a weekend, and I'm very grateful and thankful to him to this day. And he's actually in my newest, he's been in a couple things. He's in the Neon Testament, which is audio drama coming out. And he's in The Lights Go Out animation. And he's just awesome to work with, and such a great guy, and I really thank him for pushing me back in. And just like he promised when I did my first animation, he fucking did it, and helped me out a lot. Introduced me to a lot of people, and I really thank him for that.
It's so nice how like good humans can really, I mean, that's already like the third or fourth like good person who by being a person of their word like helped inspire you and inspire the creativity, because because I mean, obviously most of the world is going to treat creatives badly. It's just I don't know why. I wish I knew why.
We're a bunch of weirdos, and you know,
I guess so. And like you said, like there's people want to steal from creatives. Yeah. People are jealous of creatives.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I've sat in a room where a producer says something along the lines of, "Oh, this thing probably wrote itself." You know what I mean? Like there's petty people who want to assume they need to believe they're the only person who matters.
Got it, yeah.
You know, and it's ego stuff, and uncreative people don't like the fact that they need creative people to survive.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no kidding.
I know. I've always felt like Hollywood kind of hates writers in the end because they need them, because they have nothing without them.
Yeah, you know, and I tell everybody
I should not have said that.
No. I you know what? I agree. It starts with the screenplay. Yeah. And it's not just words on it. It's not easy to it's easy to put words on a fucking paper. It's hard to do something with those words that hasn't been said before, or in a new way, or a new interpretation, or it is not easy to create a story from scratch.
And to write a story that when someone reads it on the page, they imagine it on the screen.
Exactly.
Right? Like exactly. That's the purpose of a screenplay.
Yeah.
Is that the person reading it is directing the film in their head, right?
Exactly.
And they see it. And you got to write it well for them to see it.
Exactly. And that's the problem too. There's millions of writers, but it's hard to write something that you stand out for. And to be able to create a story that needs to be told or hasn't been told, that's not fucking easy, man. That is not easy.
No, it's the hardest thing there is.
That's not easy. So I tell everybody, hire a screenwriter. If you're a great cinematographer, that doesn't make you a good screenwriter. And I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I'm just saying, hire a screenwriter or hire one to look at your writing. And don't have to pay them a lot. You you might not be the best story. You might be great at everything, but it's hard to be a good storyteller. And that's the fucking key. Or a good conversationalist. Somebody who's able to put a conversation on fucking paper and have somebody want to listen to that. And to me, it's not fucking easy. And it takes practice. And I'm talking every day or every other day practice and 3 to 10 pages a day. And without that, and whatever you're good at, you need to do that 3 times a day or 5 times a week. And that's you got to Michael Jordan this bitch, because if you want to become somebody good or something good, you got to fucking practice every day. And if you're not practicing every day, you're just not going to stand out. I'm sorry, but that's just to me.
No, for sure. And I admit, like, obviously I mention all the time around the festivals, I'm like, everything in the festivals is good, but don't get me started on the 650 plus films that don't get in our I mean, look, there's films that don't get in the festivals that are great. And like, I wish there were unlimited funds to rent like the theater for more time or more screens. But like, I see so many films where like they just didn't even have an idea. You knew they wanted to make a film. And I do wonder exactly what you said. Like, find a writer. Just find writers and then like collaborate with them and,
That's exactly my point. If you're going to say this is my fucking film I'm going to make, and I scrounged up that $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 or plus, depending on what kind of movie you want to fucking make. If the least you can do is have somebody do some notes on it, have somebody fucking look at it and say, hey, and I'll introduce you to some people, because the couple of people that give me notes, male and female, they work for some pretty big company. I've known them a while now, and they're not afraid to shit on it. They're not afraid to say your antagonist fucking sucks. Your protagonist is stupid. It doesn't make any sense right here, Johnny. What were you going for? And I'm like, okay, all right, I get it now. I was thinking that, but now
It's like, hey, your script is funny. By the way, you tell the same joke 4 times on the first 3 pages. Maybe tell that joke once. Like, it might have been funny to you each time, but like, sit down and do a table read and find out if anyone in the room finds it funny the second and third and fourth time.
The last time I had one read from the guy, he said that was okay. That joke was okay on page 4. But here is the film that original fucking that it was originally in. It was done better, by the way.
Oh, it had been done before.
Oh yeah, and I was like, oh fuck. So notes, definitely get notes if you're going in out alone. If you're trying to, anyway. But notes. Notes are good.
Yeah. Well, and I would always, actually, for years, I don't know, people would come to me with scripts for a long time, and I would always say, like, you don't need me to read it. You need to hear it out loud. Just get your friends together, ask family, or go to an acting studio and grab a couple of actors, but you need to hear this out loud, because you don't need me to tell you what to think. I'm sure you will see things you want to change if you get this off the page and into your ears, you know?
Yeah, I'm not getting any money from these guys, but in the new final draft, you can press play on there, and it actually plays in this little AI voice and everything. And I fucking adore this feature. I use this fucking feature all the time, and you can actually change the voices to different characters, and I fucking adore it. It's nice.
Right,
it's
so like
nice
virtual
feature.
table read.
Yeah, it really is. And now I just don't have to read every character out loud all the time, and which I do anyway in my head. But it's not as good as when you hear it somebody else, like you said, somebody else reading it. And even when I'm doing an audio drama, when I'm hearing somebody do it for the first time, I'm like, I think I want to make a change here. So you never know. It is good if you can get something table read. Or get your family, like you said, family and friends together. That's good. I've done that.
Pacing too, right? Like pacing.
Oh my God, pacing. That's such an awesome
pacing
thing to do,
from the page to real life.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
pacing changes.
No shit. Yeah, it really does.
That's crazy.
It really does. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, you can believe me. All the screeners I watch, I can be like, well, this one. I'm looking at my watch. I'm waiting for something to happen. You didn't test this. You didn't watch this with people who didn't love and support you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that critical friend you mentioned, or a mentor, anyone who'll tell you straight, like,
yeah,
they're helping.
Yeah, exactly.
It's constructive criticism.
If you could get it from somebody, especially that's in the industry, it's even better. But yeah, any notes is always good. Constructive. And again, when I was young, my skin was thin, and I let no man or woman read my screenplay because I had thin skin. And now I let anybody and everybody read it because I've grown, and I don't have
right.
that.
So was it through
skin.
experience, just naturally through experience, like you realized how helpful it was? Or
yeah, it really was. A writer did a few films. He used to be my original person that did all my. Now he's all big and everything. But so he has no time for me. But he used to read my stuff early on, and he used to bash it in my head where things were bad, and he would tell me, well, I'm going to say right now what somebody else is going to tell you, but you're going to hear it from your uncle here. And just think of it like that when you're telling it. No matter how good you are, in basketball, you're always going to be that little shithead from around the corner, And so yeah, definitely experience got my skin thicker, and also go through, like I said, losing a film festival on a Monday and winning on a Tuesday. Having one person read your screenplay and say, best thing I ever read, and then Wednesday comes along and says, it was shit. that will get your skin some hair and thickness, and you realize it. I say it doesn't even affect me anymore when I don't get into somewhere. It doesn't. I've been a judge quite a few times at different places, including once for you. That helps too. Seeing on the other side and how the process is, and you get to see who gets in, and sometimes there is some politics involved, and from not Jeff Howard's, but others I've done.
Not politics, but in general. I mean, when we were first 2-3 years, I mean, it's not like we got a million submissions,
right?
But there's a filmmaker I knew, and she was very, she refused to accept praise because she would say to me, I can't accept the praise because that would mean I'd have to also accept the criticism. She's like, she was, but then another film festival pulled her in, not just as a juror, but as a like they had her program a section. And she actually did say to me, Jeff, I finally realized that line, we love your film, but there's no room for it in the festival, is true. She really never believed it. And then she programmed a little section, and she realized, I can't get in everything I like.
Yeah.
and they gave me complete control, and she still like had to say to people, I really love this, but it's not going to be in. And you know what I mean? Like
it's tough judging too.
Yeah.
It's not, because you appreciate everything, and you don't want to. You want to handle everybody with kid gloves, especially the newcomers. You could tell, and the first directors, and it's tough. I don't ever want to say anything to me.
No, I have a rule. I won't give feedback, and people are like, and sometimes people ask for feedback.
Yeah.
And unless I know them for a while, like I'll say, like, do you really want it?
Somebody at the festival came up to me, and I don't want to mention it, but they were a judge too, and they came up and they said, I want to give you feedback if you give me feedback. And I'm like, I apologize. I'm not going to say anything negative about your film. To me, I thought you did a good job, and I have no problems.
Got like someone in your block or something? Like,
no, it was actually one of the judges there.
Oh.
Yeah. And she said, but I could go on and tell you about yours. I wasn't a huge fan, but I watched it the third time, and it was funny after the third time. I don't know how to take that, but I accepted it. And
well, you know what? I would actually say I think that means a lot, because most comedy gets less funny each time you see it.
I guess so, yeah.
Whereas the best comedy, like the comedies I grew up on as like a dumb kid, like whatever, Animal House, and like, whether National Lampoon, this, that, like, True. They got funnier every time you saw them.
True. Yeah.
Jim Carrey movies get, like, every time you see Ace Ventura, you laugh harder.
Step Brothers, I just saw it the other day. It still holds up.
But a lot of comedy only works especially if it's like shock value, like one and done.
And you know what? So I would say these last two animation. Well, okay, I have another one coming out at some freaking point. Animation takes forever, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So I did 3, and so this is my second one. It's called The Lights Go Out, and that one's out now, going to film festivals. So that's I used to love doing comedy. I thought that was my thing, and then I turned into more like dramedy, and.
Yeah, because your screenplays that you've brought to the festivals have all been pretty serious.
Yeah, and that's what I usually write. Now, right around the time I wrote For Misty, hi babe, it was, she had cancer, and so it was mainly about that. Well, it's actually... It is and it isn't, but her name is Misty, and it's called For Misty. And I was going through a lot at the time, and then right after that, somebody in my family had mental illness issues, and so I've been fighting depression since I was freaking young. And God, so I kind of started rolling back into that, and writing really was just saving me, but also keeping me in that in that mind space. It's kind of like you're sad, and then you go and you put cigarettes on, and you just get sad again, more sad and more sad. And I guess I was just in a rut where I was just starting to write, but it's okay. The Neon Testament is sort of the last the audio drama. It was good therapy. A little sad. Definitely the opposite of my comedy animations, or horror comedy, I guess you could call the Lights Go Out. Yeah. So I guess it's whatever I'm in the mood for, and I was definitely in that mind space of.
I mean, depression's real, and like I've dealt with it, right, pretty much my whole life too, and it always shocks people, right? Because, we're pretty good at hiding it, I bet.
Artists, right?
Right.
I think.
But and I was gonna say, like, I feel like the creative soul is like very vulnerable to sadness and doubt, because And now I'm just going to be disparaging of most of the planet and just say, it's those confident idiots. They're not worried about a damn thing.
Yeah.
And they actually, they're shitty human beings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I fucking hate it.
But I do think creative people are particularly vulnerable. And it's a bit of a trope, the sad comedian, but most comedians are battling depression too.
Yeah, shit. I've known a lot, and comedians, and they, most of them have a fucked up childhood.
Yeah,
and it's a tough thing. One of my first comedy films was Chuck or Zima Must Die, and it could have been the first one I submitted to you guys. I'm not really sure, but anyway, it was funny. It was either it did great, but the problem is I was always second or third, and I'm very competitive, so it just killed me. But I realized that everybody was always telling me, I haven't read a comedy like this because this kind of comedy is out. And I was like, what the fuck? When did laughing become a fucking negative thing? When did writing comedies stop being popular? I don't understand this. So, yeah, I definitely went away from that a little bit. And, I wouldn't say I'm the funniest guy on the planet, but yeah, I definitely have a funny bone, and I love writing hard comedies, or I love them. I
gotta admit, I think people are just reading the room wrong, like in our society. Like, so 5 years ago was 2020, and I mean, I appreciate a lot of the wonderful "The World Is Ending" films that the festivals get, because I get it. We all felt it, right? And so writing a film about the world ending or about someone's personal, that I get those stories, but we've needed comedy more than ever. And I got to tell you, like the last 2-3 years, like we've had less comedy every year. Like it's as a, I wish, I honestly, I pray for more comedy every festival, and but we go by quality only. It's not like we have a quota for drama and comedy and sci-fi. If all the best films are sci-fi, we'll be all sci-fi,
I think what it is too is that they are not seeing writers and young writers and or first timers or vice, etc. I think they're not seeing these these type of films coming out. And so they're writing what they get one shot sometimes. And, like I said, it's tough to scrounge up $15,000 to $40,000, whatever, plus. So they finally do. And then they're like, I'm going to write this love or drama movie or whatever. And it's nothing they're good at. And so they go with that. And they make a terrible film sometimes because it's just not in their wheelhouse, because they're fucking funny people, or maybe they're action fucking people, but they went with what they thought somebody else was going to like. And I'm starting to see that.
That is the wrong reason to make a film.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm starting to see that a lot. And I can name a few people, but I think that, I don't know. I'm not the write what you're good at guy. I'm not, because I'm so erratic, when it comes to writing. So, but don't write what's popular either, though.
Yeah, don't sit down and write from yourself.
That's it.
And we've all got multiple sides.
Yeah.
But don't sit down and go, what does the marketplace want right now? Right?
Exactly my fucking point.
Yeah.
It's please don't do that anymore. Please don't do that. Just write what you love, right? Write what you want to fucking write. Make what you want to make. And whether it does good or not, be happy with it. And I think it's going to come out better that way.
And you did just make me realize just now when you were talking about what it takes to make a short film and the thousands of dollars, even if you're just doing it with a bunch of friends. And I realized that, well, maybe like the YouTube sketch comedy thing where like maybe the funny people are just sitting down and being like, well, for free, we can shoot something tonight and throw it on YouTube when we finish. And that's our comedy sketch. And maybe that's why the festivals are getting Let's Comedy, because the funny people are all doing that to save themselves all the time and torture.
True. You know, I do tell everybody that everybody always says, where are the Picassos at? Where's the new Picasso at? And I'm like, they're tattoo artists now.
Yeah.
So I think that's really true. I think there's less jobs for comedy writers or just writers in general. So they're like me, just trying to find their place in the world where they want to create something and they would love for you to listen and, or hopefully listen. And I think that's a easy and good opportunity to do that, you know, because I see some funny ass shit in these reels and I'm like, God, that especially with the originality in some of them, I'm very, very impressed by it. Just really am by some of these writers and on these sketch comedies on these YouTube and Vertical now, I guess.
I've seen some stuff. Yeah, friends send me stuff. It's funny. I've quit social media, but now and then people send me stuff and I go look at it. But man, when a hilarious comedy film hits the theaters and everyone says, "Oh my God, you've got to see X because it's hilarious."
Yeah,
like those blow up. I can't remember the last comedy that totally blew up, but I can think back to like, you know, Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
was funny as hell.
Killer.
You know what I mean? Like if Hollywood they don't even understand that after COVID, I won't mention who's president, but you know what I mean? Like after all the stuff we got going on, if something that just made me forget about it for 2 hours came out, that they'd make $1 billion.
A lot of the comedies especially are going straight to, I'm so old school, straight to video.
Yeah, straight to streaming, yeah.
Yeah, and
like Andy Samberg does funny stuff,
dude,
I guess.
Love him. I just saw, but one of the last funny films I saw has that girl Aquafina in it.
Oh, I think she's a genius.
Dude, she's awesome.
That show Aquafina from Queens,
yeah.
I've binged like 3 times.
Dude, so cool. And one of the best comedy shows I've seen was with the guy, I can't remember his name, but he was in The Walking Dead, the Asian guy from The Walking Dead. And,
Beef.
Yeah, there you go. I fucking love that show. That's one of the funniest fucking shows I've man. And,
but also, I always have to mention this. Beef is like also one of the funniest, smartest stories about depression. Because both those characters are actually depressed.
It really is. It really is.
And they shine a wonderful light on it.
That's the LA story in a fucking nutshell.
So good.
It's so good, yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Platonic is good too on with Seth Rogen.
I see that listed. I haven't watched it yet.
Love it. Yeah, first season awesome, second season good. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Honestly, you know it's funny. You know,
Seth's the best, yeah.
I should be talking about this during your podcast, but like my wife and I will just go back and re-binge Key and Peele.
Oh yeah,
because to us, like that's some of the funniest stuff ever done.
Yeah, I like his stuff. Yeah, I like his stuff. A lot of their stuff wasn't very popular, and now it's getting replayed on Instagram daily now. So it's he's yeah. Have you seen the new movie Him? I'm just wondering.
No, that's just come out, right?
Yeah. I was just wondering because I've heard goods and bads about it, so I'm just wondering. Keenan looks. Is it Keenan the small? No, not Keenan. He's the oldest one, right? Marlon Wayans is in it. Oh, dude, he looks fucking good in it. I don't know how he actually does in it, but he looks fucking good. He looks like completely. He has my funny bone usually. So, It looks like a good film.
Oh, it was him. I didn't even know if it was funny this time because I mean,
I don't
honestly,
think it's funny. I think
the
he's
last
playing
couple
the-
films, like
think he's
Jordan
playing
Peele's gotten super. I mean,
Yeah, he's serious. Yeah,
he
getting
loves the Twilight Zone horror kind of vibe.
Yeah, I dig
like
that.
the smart horror, which is why.
I
mean, I had a teenager who she only wants to watch horror movies, so we always go to see a Jordan Peele movie when it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's a serious one that he's playing. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, we got on comedy tangent there,
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
but so where are we at in your story? So
yeah,
so
I think,
I think you were talking about so as far as because you mentioned the animation stuff. So have you not shot a live action film yet?
I have not. I was quite content as a screenwriter and doing rewrites and stuff like that. But then my wife, God bless her, pushed me and said, "So, I wrote a screenplay, a pilot called The Orphans, and I won quite a few some big contests, and through the contest they say, hey, if you win, you get to meet so and so or whatever, So through that, got me 24 meetings for it. Everybody loved it, except maybe not one person, but at the end of the day, they did not option it or buy it, and after a lot of heartbreak, mostly from my wife, because I'm used to it. But after the 24th meeting, I think I killed the last one. I was
like during the meeting,
yeah,
you said
I was terrible after for the first 5, and then after that, I think I got better and better and better accidentally. And after the 24th, they were nitpicking. They were messing with. Is that a good way? Anyway, they were messing with one of my characters. But long story short, I knew they weren't going to purchase it anyway. But I think it was just they didn't know how to say no to me because I met them a second time. But anyway, long story short, so my wife said, "You do it yourself," and I tried to put the money together for the actual pilot, and the person I wanted to do it was close to doing it. But long story, she wanted, a little bit too much money for my taste and that I could afford at the time. So I ended up just making an audio drama and won some good awards on it, and it did really well. I'm really proud of it. So yeah, I would love to do
an audio drama. You're really just recording it.
Recording
it with voice actors.
Yeah, so you're going to a studio, you're recording it.
And then, does it end up on as a, going out as a podcast?
Yeah,
and
so
YouTube
it goes out to an audio drama podcast on Apple Podcasts or Audible. I put it on Audible, Spotify, etc.
That's really cool.
And it's for anybody who hasn't heard such a thing. You're okay because I wasn't into them either until somebody introduced them to me, and now I love them. I love doing them. I love listening to them. I love, even the last 2 years, I like how the industry has grown in audio dramas. Now you have these really big actors doing them. Unfortunately, now you're competing against Andrew Garland and etc. But a lot of huge actors are doing these now, and they're telling stories or narrative or fiction or non-scripted. But yeah, they're it's a way of you writing a screenplay and then getting it made at some. The worst happens, it nobody else can steal your ideas because now it's out there in the world.
That's true. That is a good thing.
And I tell everybody I can. I wrote a screenplay about 4 or 5 years ago called The List, and there's a movie that came out about a year and a half ago was something called Something List. And when I first saw it, I was like, this motherfucker. And so I looked at it and I started doing the research on it. I was like, when was this made and blah, blah. He wrote a gentleman wrote the book 6 months before I fucking did mine. 6 fucking months. And
it shows you that there's just ideas.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, it was, if I had put my stuff out there quicker, and then maybe, I would have beat somebody to the draw. So to me, getting that out there, the orphans out there, before that story about a dysfunctional family, I think all female cast. I think it was important to me, and I think I put it out there, and before anybody else could fuck with any of my characters, because to me they were so beloved, and the actors that did them, oh my god, it's good. Yeah, everybody should listen to it. And
and I can't be the first person to kind of think this song almost takes like the entertainment industry full circle, because audio drama, we started with radio.
Exactly.
And The Lone Ranger was radio. Audio, yeah. So every soap opera, well, not every soap opera, but I believe soap operas were radio first. Like audio only storytelling, honestly, has been the human tradition going back to the campfire.
Yeah, and sometimes they suck. And I'm listening to them. I'm like, why am I guessing right now? Has anybody listened to in the 1800s how this was done? Like my wife likes doing the bing boom bing boom. Like the little sound effects. Like there's so many things you can do to make that story better, and you don't have to guess. So that's what I try to do with mine. There's no fucking guesswork whatsoever. It's like reading a screenplay or like watching a TV show without looking at it. You're just listening to it. That's exactly how I do mine, and that's exactly how a lot of other talented people do theirs as well. So there's no fucking guessing. It's like if you walked away from the television, you're just listening to the radio. But a good story. But and if it's done right, like I said, it's like watching a television show or movie, and you walked away from it, you're just listening.
Yeah, I think I could get into it, because when I think about the podcast I listen to, obviously I did start with interview type ones, like Mark Maron's What the Fuck podcast was the first one that grabbed me, I think. But I know I'm a big fan of Malcolm Gladwell, and he just tells a story. He grabs something from history in that revisionist history thing, and he tells a story. And whenever we do a long drive, we throw it on. Yeah, and it really is an audio story. It's storytelling.
It's literally it. Yeah, it's literally starts off with a screenplay, and it's not easy. It's tough work. Just like any directing you're doing or producing you're doing. But yeah, you're literally directing the actor on what to fill, how to how you want it said exactly. Just like anything you're directing and producing. And
is there a narrator for actions?
Okay, so the Orphans, my first audio drama, it has a narrator, PJ Butta. He does the Dodgers. I was blessed to get him in there, and so he's a narrator, but he's also kind of oddly part of the story. So I try to make the narrator kind of pop in and out, but he sets everything up. And so there's no guesswork. And to me, it was just an easy fucking thing to put a narrator in there. Why not? But this, the Neon Testament, I guess you could say I was just top of my game, and I was able to do it without a narrator. And I think it tells the story, like I said, if you put on a movie and you fucking walked away from it and you're listening to it while you're doing the dishes or whatever, I think it does exactly that. You're able to still listen to everything and be part of it, just like anything you're watching or without the narrator in there. So, but bigger, complicated stories, yeah, please get a narrator or somebody in there, because you can't keep up on some of these. some of these drama podcasts. No offense to anybody, but
no worries.
It's tough to keep up. It's tough to keep up sometimes.
All right, so you did the audio story adaptation in a way, with that one that got you all those meetings. So what made you when you wrote? So what caused the dipping your toe in the animation pool?
Yeah, so I wrote 2 animations back to back, and I put them in film festivals, and they did really well. So Frank Sinhal on paper did really fucking well, and even with that's an odd character, by the way. You have to see it, and it did really well, and the other one did really well too. And so I got hit up by these young animators that one of them was at a festival I met him at, and he said, I would love to buy it, the screenplay. And I said, I don't know if you could afford it, but why don't we just fucking do this together? And a little bit of talking into, and it fucking worked out. And so we ended up doing it together. He did the animation, and I did the voiceovers, and I got all the, directed the voiceovers and everything. And yeah, we did it. And at the time, was it 3 years ago now? I guess you can say. There wasn't a lot of competition in animation. Now I'm fucking going against guys from Pixar, retired guys from Pixar, or guys that quit their jobs at Pixar, or fired from Pixar, or out of work fucking Disney Disney animators. It's tough, man.
We get some really amazing animation.
I bet.
It is, well, I mean, I'm really impressed with the animation we get, but it's not like, I admit that animation ain't like drama where we're showing all the best stuff we get. It's not like there's a bunch of animations I wish we could show at the theater and don't have time. Like,
got it.
But there's 4 or 5 or 3 to 5 great animated films per festival that we get submitted. And I'm like, this is such a great medium. But everyone you talk to is like, yeah, I made that. It took me 5 years. It
didn't take me that long, but it didn't take my guy that long. But this last one I'm doing, it's called The Sitter. Don't want to give too much away, but it's my wife's favorite, and the main character I'll just say the main character. She's a Day of the Dead. She looks like a girl from Day of the Dead. Esperanza America does the voiceover, does an awesome job, and it's can I say it's funny even it's my own stuff? Yeah, it's fucking funny. And
you are allowed to say.
I don't like tooting my own fucking horn, but yeah, it's fucking funny, and everybody I've showed it to, just the storyboard part, fucking finds it hilarious. So. The problem is that I keep having to kick it back. To
the animator? Or?
Yeah. And so it's that's the time consuming part. They want to be done with it. They want to just get it over with, and you're like, no. And that's a fucking long story. Little bit of a story. The guy called me up, same thing, wanted to buy a screenplay. I said, hey, I have this fucking screenplay and I want to do it. Let's do it together. We're 6 months in, already starting to get everything done, and he fucking leaves to fucking Bangkok, and he doesn't come back.
For a job, or
he literally, him and his family own the company, and so the dude just fucking leaves, and then there goes our agreement.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so I'm fucking knee deep in this. I already did the voiceovers. Already fucking have everything fucking done on my side. And so I send it out, and now I'm I had to read it so they get back to the table. and renegotiate. So yeah,
with the same people
with a different company.
I was gonna say, yeah. So you got to start over.
I had to start fucking from
scratch.
From scratch. So that was my last one I did. I did that one a year after, but I had to fucking go back into the line. So it's so it's just one of the 1,000 things that could go wrong in animation, and it happened. So
yeah.
So we'll see how it turns out. I'm hopeful. So I'm hopeful there will be a third animation coming for next year, and hopefully you get to see it.
Very cool. Very cool. By the way, I know thankfully I had nothing to do with it, but I'm sorry that happened.
No, it's shit.
Because that's one of those things. Yeah, like that is something that doesn't happen to a live action indie film, huh? Is the whole cast and crew don't get up and move out of the country.
Exactly. Yeah.
Animation is uniquely reliant upon a few individuals.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been, a lot of the animations I'm going against right now too. I'm going against the fucking animator himself, the animator and writer. He's the animator and writer. So some of the stories ain't great, but the fucking animation is killer. Obviously, fucking from Pixar. So yeah, that's the tough part too. But so here I have a great fucking story, and without the animation part. So hopefully everything works out in the end, and we get going, and we'll see what happens. But if the director or somebody falls out, you just step up, right? And a regular film, but an animation, what are you gonna do?
Animation is a whole, that is.
You can't just fucking. It's impossible to take your shit and fucking go somewhere else.
But there is one thing I respect, which is unlike a lot of the films we've taught or filmmakers, is I respect that these animators want a good screenplay that someone else wrote. Because I got to admit, like sometimes we do get animation.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, this is a really talented animator who's not a storyteller. And there's something beautiful with no story. And you start to go, wow, so I know the rest of the jury ain't going to like this. Because in the end, you got to tell a story. You can't just, if you're 90 seconds, you can just be beautiful. But if you're 5 to 15 minutes, story is everything.
Yeah, that's exactly, pretty much the whole point in this podcast is that, hire a screenwriter for the love of Jesus. And it just, it's tough without a story. If you're an animator, I respect your craft. But hire a screenwriter, please. There's a lot of us are out of work. A lot of people aren't as blessed as I am to be writing and doing different things and constantly. So I don't know how many writers that I follow on Instagram that got great writers, great storytellers, and they just want to do something. So please hire one of them.
Yeah, I was about to pile on, but no, we can leave it at that, right? Because two podcasts before this one, or no, several before this one, I talked to someone who's primarily a writer, and she had the experience at AFI where there's the writing program and the directing program, and the directing program, all the directors are writing their own scripts anyway, and they're not as good, and there's a writing program on the same campus where they could just go, hey, Let me read your show. I'll take shorts.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't
either. It's knowing myself in general, it took me a long time to be able to hone in on my craft and to not have imposter syndrome. I think everybody, that's the one question I always do you have imposter syndrome? And I would say, fuck no. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, because I realized that I'm good. When I started winning awards, or I started knowing when to rewrite something on my own, when something wasn't funny on my own, when a story made no sense on my own, when something was just dumb on my own, I when I had to do another rewrite, realized I had to do it on my own. And other people telling you you're good helps. Yeah, I don't struggle to write. I don't get writer's block, and yeah, I'm not afraid to say I'm good, because I feel like to me I am, and yeah, I'm good.
I think that's an excellent stopping point.
Yeah, there you go.
You
Thank
are good. All right. I'll wrap us up.
Sounds good.
So, everyone just got to listen to Johnny Galvan III. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for being here in person. We could have done. It's funny. Sometimes I'm like, I just prefer in person to Zoom.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I realize it would make my wife a lot happier.
I think it would make my wife happy. I was home too right now. So
yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
By the way, I appreciate having a guest on the podcast who mentions his wife as much as I mention mine.
Yeah.
It's funny when you love somebody, you're like, they're always on your mind. What do you know?
Always.
And yours will probably listen to this. Mine never listens to these.
She might.
No, she doesn't.
She might.
But she does say to me now and then. She stopped, but she used to say, "I hope you don't interrupt people." And I'm like, "They're not you."
My wife always says, "What do you think about this?" I'm like, "Oh, I love it. This is the best thing I've ever written." She says, "You always say that."
Because you're always getting better.
I think so. The
muscles are always getting stronger.
Thank you. And I don't. I'm not a bragging kind of guy, but I'm in love with the last thing I did. So I hope everybody loves it. So that's it.
Excellent. All right. Well, I will do my wrap up, which is so everyone can check out your website. I typed it in, but thewriting-company.com?
Yeah.
I got it right. Woohoo. All right. So people should check out that website. It'll be a clickable link in the show notes. And I'm sure there's a link to Franks in Hell there. So people can. We didn't talk about it that much, but it's okay. People will appreciate it. And, well, so I will share. But I told you at the festival, like, first time I saw it, because, Saturday night comes around and we get a little stoned and watch we'll watch like animation and like experimental art house submissions.
Cool.
And oh my God, I laughed nonstop at your film.
Oh, fucking thank you, man. That means a lot.
So now, and then I made a point of watching it sober the next day, and it's still excellent. But I would actually recommend to people, like, it's got a midnight movie vibe, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I'm not advocating drug use, but if you can use marijuana in a productive way that doesn't harm your life, I recommend combining it with Franks in Hell.
That's the best thing I've heard about it. So thank you so much.
Right, I'm glad, because some people might look at me and go, "That was how dare you?" So I appreciate that I didn't bomb there.
No, hopefully, like, the lights go out, which is hopefully playing at your film festival in a couple months. So.
Excellent. All right, believe me, I'm in the thick of watching those things. All right, so thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone who's listening. If you are listening, be kind, like and subscribe. Write a review. Do cool things. When you are kind to other people, it actually makes you feel even better than the person you're being kind to. So absolutely. I'm saying this in every podcast now. Be a selfish asshole and be kind to everyone.
That's it.
Kindness is strength.
That's it. 100%.
All right. If you want to learn more about this podcast, go to discoverindiefilm.com. On social media, it's always at DIFWins. If you want to learn about the nonprofit that runs the 2 film festivals that Johnny and I talked about, that's discoverindiefilm.org. On that website, it actually links to both the Sherman Oaks Film Festival website and the Film Invasion Los Angeles website. Sometimes I name both websites, but heck, I'm going to be efficient. Just go to discoverindiefilm.org, and that'll take you to either festival. Both are actually ranked in the top 100 best reviewed out of 14,000 festivals worldwide. So, good festivals.
Yep.
And I call them sister festivals, I think. They get a cousin next year when we launch in January of 2026, Film Invasion, Lima, Peru.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Just a really cool team down there was interested, and they're veterans like yourself. They've been involved in Sherman Oaks twice, and this great filmmaker was sitting in the bar at Look Cinemas in Glendale with me at the end of the Sherman Oaks Film Festival, and he said, "Jeff, I wish I had a community like this down in Lima." He's a guy from Detroit. Hey, Chevy, and if he listens to this, he should. And I turned to him and I go, "Well, truth is, someone in London talked about doing a film invasion and didn't do it. Someone in Vancouver, someone in the Bay Area. We're talking about some." So like people have always come to me and been like, "How about another festival?" And I go, "Well, I don't have time to run it." And I tell them how much work it is, and then say, "If I know and trust you, you can use the Film Invasion name." And I trust this team, and we discussed it, and they stepped up and found this beautiful theater in the Spanish Quarter of Lima, and it's just going to be, it's like literally where the art museums and the government buildings, and then this beautiful like colonial era, beautiful Spanish.
Just there last year. Love it. Love Lima, Peru. It's one of those cities where nobody really talks about, and I love it. It's
right, it's a treasure.
It really is. It's the equivalent of and as safe as downtown LA. And I don't know how else to say it but that. And cool bars, probably safer than downtown LA.
Yeah, that's true.
But cool bars, cool restaurants. Yeah, really cool over there. I like it. I had a good time.
Well, we are launching Film Invasion Lima next year, and it's pretty cool. Pretty.
I'd enter it.
I'm happy about it. I'm still not sure I can. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to go, but we'll see. But of course, as you know, I've got a pet guinea pig, so I got to be careful about.
Someone's got to feed that.
That's true. That's true. Well, in Lima, I believe Lima is one of those places where they eat guinea pigs.
I think so. Yeah, probably.
So you didn't hear that, Chester? I'm so glad you didn't.
I don't remember seeing them hung up over there, but yeah. Good food,
right.
actually.
Well,
over there.
well, that's my wrap up. Sherman Oaks Film Festival, Film Invasion Los Angeles, Film Invasion Lima. Thank you again, Johnny.
Great time. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.